Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be showing you my new card collection. But before I show you my new card collection, I definitely love and appreciate you guys to please subscribe and like. And also visit my Patreon page, which is under my name, Hilton Ariel Ruiz. That will help us make more videos like this and also help us raise money for Zombie with a Shotgun Part 2. Now, if you haven't seen Zombie with a Shotgun Part 1, we also have it on my YouTube page, the full film. So hopefully you're able to watch and enjoy. So this card set came out in 1984, the same time that the movie came out, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So again, if you guys remember, if you guys grew up in the 80s, and some of you of course have not, they used to come in these little packs of cards, which consist of 10 movie photo cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick bubblegum. As you remember, the bubblegum was stale, but we still chewed on it. And this film was, of course, directed by Steven Spielberg, and was a lot of people consider it one of the, best films out of the whole series. And I would tell you, it's one of my favorites. It's between, I would say Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones, but definitely, 2 top favorites. Some days it would be, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It all depends how I feel. But if you guys remember the movie, this is definitely the way they used to have these card collections, and pretty amazing. Look at that. They have all the great, stills from the movie, Escape from the Club and Obi-Wan, the car chase, and yeah, I mean, this movie to me, it was a very special movie. Definitely those times, that was definitely considered what we would call blockbuster film, and like I said, it was not a lot of movies have, I would say, the first 2 movies, the part 1 and part 2, as good as each other. Like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. I mean, that's a good example of those 2 movies. They're so good you don't even know which one is better. Same thing with Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. So here we go, going through the photos here, and of course Harrison Ford was the star of the film. Of course, here's the shots of India. Whoops. That's pretty cool over here. So again, a lot of people have said that, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom had actually inspired them to become filmmakers. One of my really good friends said that he had watched this movie when he was in India. And he was born and raised in India. Obviously, he's Indian. And he said he watched this movie 3 times in India. And he said that this actually was a film that inspired him to come to America to be a filmmaker. And that's really interesting, especially the fact that this film is getting a lot of heat, if it's for its stereotypic sort of ways in the film. But yeah, I don't really want to get into it. I just, want to get into just how amazing the film was, and how this amazing card set, unique card set, that we won't be able to see these anymore. So that's one of the things that I missed about the 80s, that we didn't have internet, but we had these card set, and if we want to, like, fun facts, oh, look at that cool shot, like we wanted fun facts, we would just turn it behind the card, and there would get our, like, sort of like, information, a footnote, and it's pretty cool. Now obviously everything is done through internet. You can find all the information through the internet and everything like that, but this is the way we had share information, our amazing cards, and we would share it, have with friends, trade with friends, and everything like that. And again, this movie was definitely a very high scale, and I do remember watching it when I was little. I actually was very scared of this scene. It just was it's definitely, being a little kid watching it, you get really scared, and it was something definitely we've never seen before, and that definitely it's kind of interesting, because when you watch part 1 Indiana Jones, that ending has a very horror element at the end, and it is pretty you can say the same about Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. It has its horror element into it, of the scene there, definitely when he takes his heart out and everything like this, and look at that shot. That is pretty cool. So yeah, this is I do remember, look at that, short round to the rescue. This was definitely a scene that, you know, I was haunted when I was a little kid. But, you know, because I've never seen anything like that. You know, everything we seen in the 80s was, you know, if it was going to be sort of over the edge or something, was in the theaters, you know, when we went to the movies. So that was the pretty, you know, the cool thing about theaters and experiencing it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys went to the movie theaters, you know, to watch this film. And if you guys did, let me know. You know, it's a pretty cool, right there, profile pic of Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford has become an icon. You know, he's played in the most amazing movies. You know, we tend to talk about other actors, and you know, we always talk about like De Niro's and Al Pacino's and everything, but Harrison Ford got to be up there. You know, I mean, he's been in all the Star Wars, you know, all 3 of them, and you know, of course, the new ones, and you know, he's been in my favorite film, Blade Runner. And then, of course, you have, you know, all the Raiders of the Lost Arks and Indiana Jones. He has an ultimate, amazing resume that we cannot deny. And he's, you know, he's been in the business for a very long time. And look at that pretty cool still right there. So, you know, this also is a scene there too. You know, Short Round was a pretty cool guy. You know, being a young kid looking at the film, I was like, oh man, that's cool. You know, because you know, you had a kid that you could look up to in the film, and it was really cool. So here's again the mining adventure scene here, and if you guys remember the video game, I always remember the scene of the video game when they were in the carts. That was actually the part that I always would die in the video game. That was like the hardest part in the game. Oh, look at that. That's an awesome shot right there. So yeah, this is you know, a rare collection of Indiana Jones. Not a lot of people, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys did collect these. I'm not sure if you guys have the full set collection of it, such as I do. And, you know, this is a unsung hero here of acting. You know, not a lot of people, you know, we talk about, you know, all the main actors in the film, but he would definitely was a big part of this film, where you know, he pushed the film, the villain. It was definitely he played a really pivotal part in Indiana Jones that we miss. We run it by and not really mention those other guys that made the film what it is today. So that's one thing that I give my hat to him. Incredible performance. And yeah, here it is. You know, we look at these cards, and you just cannot can't miss, you know, the theme, the music. That's what comes to our mind. I mean, that is also a big part of filmmaking. You know, the music. Look at that. Huh. Yeah, that is cool. The bridge cut. Look at that. You go again, you turn it around, and there he goes. You know, you could get to read these back of these cards and get a little bit of footnote, you know. So yeah, this is coming to the end, of course, of how many times, I don't know how many times I've seen this film. It's just one of those films that you just see over and over. Yeah, the adventure concludes. There we go. So we have one of the last cards here. That is pretty cool. You know, it gives me a lot of memories. You know, here is what you completed the Redwater picture will look like. So this is a pretty interesting thing, right? So this is like you had a sort of like a puzzle. Collect all 10 stickers back of a picture, right? So here's, of course, the checklist of a collection of cards. But here's the stickers, right? So you have these stickers here, and this is pretty cool. These stickers are still intact, you know. These are pretty cool. I remember even when I was young, I used to collect them, and I remember I collect so many doubles. I used to, you know, take the cards and the stickers and just put it on my notebook in school and put it around the house, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, so these stickers, right? So this right here is like a puzzle, so you put together. So behind the stickers, you would have the puzzle that you would have to put together. So it's probably well, here it is, guys. And you know, of course, this is what we used to do before internet. Get our cards, collect them, put them together. This actually occupied our time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my card set. Until next time, you'll see my next new card collection. Take care. And don't forget, subscribe and like.